Why do we get emotional numbness? You've probably felt it before. Some days you're just not feeling things. Or maybe this is you, like maybe this is your experience of life. You just kind of have less emotion, or it's super muted, and you know other people feel things, but you just don't. So there's a good reason for this. This is called hemispheric lateralization, which is a way of saying that essentially the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain don't have enough connectivity as it should. And so when we don't have this level of connectivity, then we're not able to access our emotional states as strongly. And this is actually an adaptation. So this isn't like something went wrong. Like the brain did this on purpose for you, for whoever's feeling numb. And the reason that we do this is essentially it's because we found in our lives that emotions weren't useful, or they were too painful, or usually both. So if we experienced strong emotions and then we were told not to, or we experienced strong emotions, we expressed them to somebody and nothing happened, like nobody helped, or even sometimes people got punished as kids for experiencing strong emotions, then the mind realized like, hey, this is not good for us, this is not helpful, let's just numb it out so that we don't have to experience this. And it was a solution at that time. And now the problem is that probably you're watching this as an adult or a young adult, and you don't need to do that anymore. Like you can actually help yourself, and you realize that now your experience of life is muted. It's not as vibrant as other people's. And you don't really know why or how, but you just know. And this is the reason for it. So the way to overcome this is to get that emotional part of your brain back on track. And so this is something I help my clients with. This is something that you can do. It's something that you can overcome, but it just takes some training and some practice in order to teach you how to actually feel emotions. And follow me, I'll make more videos on how to do this so you can start having kind of that richer experience of life. And also, interesting fact is that when we have the emotional numbness, it usually kills our motivation and our drive. So this is a big factor if you're like super career driven or whatever, is that it's actually something that kind of disengages you. And so if you don't have that emotional component, you often have kind of maybe some problems with procrastination, some problems like enjoying your work, maybe some problems even like starting work, like starting something new can be very difficult for you. And it doesn't have to be this way. Like a lot of people don't realize that, but it really doesn't have to be this way. Like this is something that can be overcome.